Hey everyone, I'm Nisha and I'm the South Asian Mystic, and welcome to my channel. I hope your Tuesday is going really well and you're having a fabulous time. So, today's video is actually a little different because I haven't come here with any specific agenda. I've come here specifically to talk about the joy of creation. I was just browsing through social media yesterday, as all of us do, scroll. And I found this post that really struck a chord with me and which I really loved. And this post was basically about how the whole social media landscape has become so noisy, and it's become this sort of a space where everyone is just screaming and shouting at the top of their lungs without quieting down and listening to what other people have to say, without quieting down and listening to what our own souls have to say. And when this happens, we aren't paying attention to the content which most people's are such amazing content created by other people. And we're also not paying attention to what we feel as creators, as content creators, when we are in the process of creation. So, for example, let's take YouTube itself, for example, because my most consistent viewership on YouTube is other YouTube channels. And I've found this sense of peace and just solidarity with YouTube accounts over here. I've met some really amazing people over here on YouTube, and what I've found is that most YouTubers have a lot of patience, and they are really keen and interested in listening to what other people have to say. And so they'll sit through videos even if they are half an hour long, because they understand the effort that the creator has put in to create such a video, and they genuinely want to know. And I found myself becoming like that as well. And now I love videos that are long, and I love sitting through even 40-50 minute videos and just listening to what other people have to say, because I love listening to their perspectives. Now, even in a space like YouTube, when there are people like, so supportive, there is always that constant desire and challenge to get likes, to get comments, to get shares, which is natural. And you see this more pronounced on social media channels like Instagram and Facebook. Instagram, especially, can be particularly brutal and particularly disempowering. So I've seen a lot of people literally beg their audiences, please like my video, please comment on my video, please share my post. And that post which I read yesterday really got me thinking about this. So the post basically was talking about, like I mentioned, about how people have, how social media has created this environment where people have lost the joy of creation, where you now don't create for yourself. That is, you don't create because you enjoy the act of creation. You create because you want to be liked and validated by somebody else, somebody who's sitting on the other side of the world behind a computer screen, who you're probably never going to meet, but your sense of self and your sense of esteem comes from them. This sense of validation, while it's okay to seek validation from somebody else, that's completely fine. The problem starts when the only thing that matters is this external validation, this external locus of control, right? And that really got me thinking. It's true. So many amazing content creators, they create such brilliant content, such ingenious content, which is so worthy of respect, so much worthy of being consumed. They feel really uh, they feel really low and disempowered, and they feel like they are not good creators, or that they are not worthy of um, of calling themselves as writers or singers or tarot readers or whatever it is, whichever field it is, because they don't have that certain number of likes on their video, or they don't have a certain number of comments on their post, they don't have a certain number of shares. And people start comparing it to other people's content. Like, for example, I follow this bookstagrammer called Jack Edwards, who is now the second biggest bookstagram account in the world and the largest bookstagram account in UK. And Jack essentially skyrocketed to fame within a span of just 1 year, and he has now millions of followers. And I see a lot of people, a lot of small bookstagram accounts who post really amazing content, resorting to copycat mechanisms of in terms of, and I'm not talking about plagiarism here again. That's a very specific and a very dangerous territory, and I'm not talking about plagiarism at all. I'm talking about where they mimic the same kind of posts and trends that big accounts, like say for example Jack Edward does, in order to push their account, so that in the hopes that their account gets visibility and likes and shares and so on. Now, in the process, what happens is that they are losing out on the joy of creation. I'm not going to talk about whether this is right or wrong. For example, we've seen even in the spiritual community, so many of us, myself included, have, we keep doing VRs, we keep doing challenges and so on. And while these are to an extent something that brings us joy as well, but it is also equally helpful in attracting viewership, because when people are watching these certain types of videos, they're more likely to come to your account, check it out, and even subscribe to your channel if they see that you too have responded to such fun challenges and fun VRs, right? So I'm not talking about whether that is right, that is wrong. I am in no position to talk about it. What point that I want to specifically address is the loss of joy in creation. Especially when you as a creator are depending on an external source of validation such as likes, and you start to believe that you are a bad creator. That's when the problem really starts, because you don't have these views, you don't have these likes, you don't have these shares. And I find that it's such a sad and tragic thing, because every single person, when they create something, they put their complete heart and soul into it. Now, even for my videos, I'm a very small YouTube channel. I started just a couple of months ago, and even in that, my engagement is very low. I don't get a lot of likes, I don't get a lot of comments. On the occasions that I do, those are just few and far between. Now, if I were to judge my validity, my authenticity, and my success as a creator based on these numbers, then I would be deemed as a failure, not just by the rest of the world, but even by myself. But now, I wanted to sort of reframe this mindset to look at, does creating this content give me joy? Does coming here day after day, sitting in front of my camera, just rambling on about something that I feel so passionate about, does that give me joy? The answer is yes. Other people may not see it. That's okay, because that gives me joy. So for me, this space is as much a personal vlog, which is a good space for me to, put together my thoughts, share my opinions about the world, share whatever I'm learning, and just put it out on a platform for whoever, if ever anybody wants to ever consume, they can come and do it. If not, that's fine. But at the end of the day, despite not having any very high engagement, I still find that motivation to come day after day to film these videos. And this is a mindset that has not been there throughout, mind you. Initially, in the first couple of months, I was really dejected that okay, there are so many people who just started their YouTube channel as well, and they're performing so much better than me. I mean, why is it? What am I doing wrong? Am I a bad creator? Trust me, I've been through the whole ringer, as they call it. I've been through the whole situation. But over the course of the next few months, I realized just how much I loved coming out here and speaking on this video. Even if I'm just talking into the void, that's okay. It's like a sort of like a cathartic moment for me to when I come out here and just speak and say my piece. And I've seen now there is one particular channel that I follow, and this person, I don't want to name this person because I don't know if I don't know if this person would like me to name their channel. And this person has been creating tarot videos for a really long time, for many years. And this person gets very few views, hardly maybe 1 like or 2 likes, maybe not even that. Yet they come back day after day creating tarot content, not caring whether anybody is watching their video or not. And their videos are just filled with so much wisdom. Their videos are usually around 30-40 minutes long, and they talk about so many things. They give the message of the day, they talk about affirmations, they give out all these messages, and I really admire this person for that. And like I said, they don't get any likes. Sometimes there is 0 likes, there are just like 1 or 2 views, that's it. But this person is someone that I really admire. And I actually met them through another tarot community, and I am in touch with them through that. So I don't usually engage with them too much on YouTube, but I really love and admire their resilience and their perseverance, the way they just keep coming day after day, and they're like, it's okay if nobody watches, I'm going to do my thing because I'm proud of it and I love this. And that's a mindset that I really love. And so when I saw this person, it just really struck a chord with me in terms of how much I wanted to embody the same emotion. And that's how I started overcoming that resistance towards, if nobody watches, should I really create, video content or whatever. And I just started creating. And today, and these days, I've reached a stage where even if I don't put on my makeup, I sometimes feel like it's okay, what, screw that, I'm gonna go out on video and I'm gonna talk my heart out. So like, for example, today I'm probably yanking your ear off, right? Is that the correct phrase? I don't know, let me know if that's the correct phrase. Okay, now it seems like a good time to just sort of pull a card, because I feel like, I haven't been doing a lot of tarot on my channel, and so I feel like I should do that right now. I'm using the Coastal Curiosities deck, and you can find the link to the walkthrough in the description. I'll put that in there. So let's just simply pull a card. I have no question in my mind. I just want to pull a card for the collective, for whoever may be watching this video at any time in the future. And yes, what does the universe have to offer? Okay, now we have repair. Oh, I like this. Isn't this beautiful? So if I'm looking at in context to what I was just talking to you right now about the joy of creation, about focusing too much on social media likes, I think this card talks of repairing our relationship with our craft. So for example, repairing our relationship with our desire to create these videos. If you're a YouTuber, why do we create these videos? Why did we start this channel in the first place, right? If you are a content creator on YouTube, ask yourself, why did you start this channel in the first place? If you are a writer, why did you write that essay or book or story or poem in the first place? If you are a business, why did you start your business in the first place? Was it just for social validation, or was it because it made you happy? And I think we need to really repair that. And I love that there is this key over here with the heart-shaped lock and key. And it's sort of the presence of the rose, which sort of once again validates this message in terms of, or rather reiterates this message, in the sense that repairing our relationship with our craft, repairing our relationship with our creation is the greatest way to heal the wounds in our heart, is the greatest way to fill our heart with complete and utter true happiness, true joy, and to really fall in love with our craft, with whatever it is that we're doing again. And I like the fact that this is basically like a box, one of those luggage boxes. And I feel like this is representative of our true potential, right? So if you do something, and to me this reminds me of, if you are doing something with complete love and adoration, and you're doing something with the intention of celebrating your craft, celebrating and honoring your passions, celebrating and honoring your skills, and you do it because it really makes you happy, then it will unlock your complete potential. There is also a I think this is a stopwatch or a compass. I'm not really sure what this is. I don't know if this is visible, but I think this is it. It means that we're heading in the right direction. Like if we focus on our love for something rather than just um, trying to chase the numbers, we're heading in the right way, and we're really working our way towards our highest potential. So that's what this card means to me. And yeah, I just want to say, if you are a creator out there, it doesn't have to be that you're a YouTube creator or a Instagram creator, or even a, like a writer or a whatever it is, a business person. Don't take it too hard, don't take it too personally if your engagement levels are low. Just keep working at it, just keep putting out content. Sooner or later you're going to find those people whose mental I would say mental sync, ideas, probably, I think that would be a better word. I'm not getting the right word for it. Essentially they'll be on the same wavelength as you are. They'll be on the same wavelength as you are, and they will be looking for you, you as a person who is offering this particular message, these particular services, whose ideas and mindsets and passions match theirs. It might take time. Some people it takes very less time. For example, Jack Edwards, and good for him, and good for other people like that. But for some people it takes time, and that's okay. So let's remove those timelines, and I think that's one of the main things I'd like to say. So I read this book called The Memory Keeper's Daughter. It's one of my favorite books as a child. So it's basically about a doctor. This is there on the back cover. This is not spoilers. So it talks about a doctor who has twins, a boy and a girl. The boy is born completely healthy, but the girl has Down syndrome. And so the doctor gives his child away to be sent to an institution. But the nurse he leaves the baby with decides to adopt the baby. And so when the nurse is raising the baby, a lot of things happen. So I'm not going to tell you what that is in case you want to read this book. But essentially there is this one line that's so beautiful, that talks of how we as a community, there's humanity as a community, tend to give up on people if they don't match our expectations on how quickly they can perform something. That is, we tend to give up on people when somebody else fails to achieve something in an allocated amount of time. And usually these deadlines are just so short, so pressed, and just really toxic deadlines. And the book says, why should we, I'm rephrasing here, but this is generally the message. The book says, why should there be timelines and deadlines and a clock in the first place? Let's just remove the timelines, let's remove the deadlines, and just give people the space and the pace that they need to grow. And you will be so surprised to see how wonderfully people thrive if you just get rid of those timelines. And I feel like this message is just so important in terms of how we as a community are handling our desire to be seen and heard on social media. So if you don't have that reach that you want right now, don't give up. Just keep doing your thing, right? Keep creating your content, and sooner or later you'll get there. It might take a while, it might take a few weeks, a few months, a few years, or maybe even decades, but you will get there. Just keep going at it. Remove those timelines, remove those deadlines. You are not in competition with anybody else. Just don't lose the joy of creation. Remember the joy that you used to get when you used to create something before you came onto social media, before it became about, I want to get my art out in front of others. Recapture the joy that you had, because losing that joy for creation, losing that joy for what you love to do, losing that love can be so devastating, because it's sort of like taking away a part of your soul. So don't lose the joy of creation, don't lose the joy of, or the love of whatever it is, your craft, your hobby, your practice. don't give that up for numbers. So just strip away the timelines, keep doing what you're doing, be you, and sooner or later you'll meet the like-minded folks who will really appreciate your content for what you're offering, and they'll have your back. And most importantly, while you do that, you will continue to enjoy your craft, your practice, and whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you love to do, you'll enjoy doing that, you'll love doing that for the rest of your life. All right. So, yeah, thank you so much for listening. And it feels so good to come out with this message. Yeah. And I will see you soon. Bye bye. See ya.